First of all, I just want to start lightly with my newest edition of my Dragon Altar, this statue that you can see in front of you. You will not see it every day, of course, that a statue of the dragon, an Aztec dragon, will be worshipped in this day and age. In this day and age, people do not worship dragons, people worship themselves. But I do worship all of the dragons. I still do that. And the reason why I lit up a light is so that they will know that I am here. Because frankly, my brothers and sisters, what I always felt this entire life is that I feel so lonely. I feel so alone, feels left behind, feel, yeah, like actually I'm not like everyone else, and neither are you, because you are a dragon spirit. You are here to put it up to the test because of the dragon gods. And you know why the dragon gods do this, my brothers and sisters? Without this test, without being born here on this earth, you might be even lost in the void. Let me explain this to you, my brothers and sisters. This is actually something that your dragon god does to let you be born again here on this world. Even though you will have difficulties, it's not because the dragon gods want this, but it's how the circle of creation goes. So you are a son or a daughter of a dragon god. Your soul will not die. Your soul will not extinguish just because you die. You just renew it. That is your Ouroboros. The dragon always bites its own tail, and that is what your dragon soul does. Your dragon soul bites its own tail. You cannot die, and that is what your soul will do. Your soul will reincarnate in everything, but you cannot reincarnate all the time inside of the dragon realm, because inside of the dragon realm you might be a very, very old and ancient dragon, but once your time is up, you have to go somewhere else in order to return to the dragon realms. So that is what dragon souls does. A dragon soul in itself is a spirit of death, so they actually come along with a lot of spirits that died. They can show them the way because they know the way of every single gate. That is what dragons are. They are the ultimate spirit of death. That is also what your own spirit is. That is, of course, not to say that they will take a life. No, that is when the dragon can actually wait for another spirit to come to them. And if this spirit is asking the dragon actually to lead to their home, then the dragon can decide to do that. And that is what is being called dragon witchcraft. That is what people can use without having a connection with the dragon. Humans in this world can also have a connection with the dragon if they ask it, but just in order, if they want to approach the dragon with a lot of respect, for example, that they just to say to the dragon, "Oh almighty dragon, you know it all, please show me the way." That is what people and humans can do. They can ask the dragon this. Of course, I did not ask this at all, simply because I don't mind. In the beginning I don't mind because, like I said, I was lonely, very lonely. I didn't mind of my spirituality. Didn't mind about the spirituality at all, simply because I didn't care and I didn't even believe in it. I didn't even believe in spirituality. But that is what you can ask to dragons. You can ask dragons the way to your gate, the way where you belong, the way to your so-called heaven, your paradise where you belong. But you are born with a dragon spirit. You're supposed to know your way home by yourself. You're supposed to know where the dragon realms is. It lives inside of you. The dragon realms is inside of you. And the dragon realm is something that you might even see when your eyes are closed. Because you, my brother or sister, you are a dragon. You are one of them. And it's not because your face doesn't show it, it's your spirit that shows it. And your spirit is the spirit of death. They know the corners of the void. They know the corners of the astral plane. They are the ancient spirits, you can say. And that is why in all corners of the world, the dragon was being worshipped. Not for the same reason why we worship the dragon. Humans worship the dragons because they had knowledge, because they had wisdom, because they had everything that a human was surprised to. A human looked up to the dragon of what they were, of what they still are. And they worship their spirits simply because they know it all. They are so wise and ancient. And that is why humans back in the day, for example, when they worshipped Quetzalcoatl, the Aztec dragon god, people were not like, oh, I am also a dragon. No, that is not, that is what you are. That you are actually approaching the dragon in a completely different way. You are approaching them because you feel home with them. You are connecting to them. That is not what most of the people back in the day did. They tried to connect with the dragon in order so that they know where they belong. They know where they are home. Because the dragon knows where they are home. And then the people that worship the dragon, for example, in ancient Mexico, they knew that Quetzalcoatl was an ancient spirit that knew where every corner of the world, of every gate was. So that is the reason why they worship the dragon back in the day. For example, Tiamat is now being very demonized, as well as Quetzalcoatl, as well as the other dragon gods, especially Leviathan. They are all very demonized, simply because they were worshipped. And what is being worshipped should be feared for what is being worshipped now. So that they were pushed away from all of this wisdom and knowledge and asking to the dragon whatever they want. So yeah, that is unfortunate, of course, that this happened, but I still lit up a light for every single dragon god, because I do not approach the dragon for the same reason as humans did. We approach the dragon out of love and desire for them, nothing else, nothing more than this. We are approaching them because we have a dragon soul, and we are reincarnated once again in a different place where we do not belong. We are so confused, my brothers and sisters. We don't know what is going on. When we were born, we didn't know what was going on. There was a dragon spirit being reincarnated inside of a new body that you don't understand in the beginning, that you need to learn from this. So in this life, you need to learn from yourself, and you are surrounded by people that are actually not connected to you at all. So you have a spirit that people do not understand, and people actually back in the day might have understood this because they worshipped the dragon because they were so, and they might have seen the same spirit inside of you because they could try to connect with the dragon, and they know how it feels like, how the dragon's feels like. The dragon's energy is very specific how to feel it. And so but now, of course, this is all forgotten. The dragons have been forgotten. The dragon gods has been forgotten. Not even sometimes forgotten, but seen as something non-existent or something demonic or something childish. Nothing else, nothing more than that. But you see them as something different. No one else actually is saying to you that dragons know it all, or you have to connect with a dragon to know where you are home. I can say where you are home, my brothers and sisters, inside of the dragon realm. It still lives in you. And that is why you do not feel right here in this place, but you will feel right very much in the dragon realms. It's not the fault of the dragon gods to put you here, not at all, because the dragon gods is putting their eyes still on you. They have their eyes still on you. They never leave you alone. The dragon god is always here. So I lit up a light, actually not much for the dragon gods, but for my own dragon, for the dragon that is with me, the dragon that awakened me. So you are not really alone. You will never feel really are never really alone, but it feels like that sometimes. It feels very lonely. It's actually a very lonely path. I did not decide to reach out for the dragon. I did not. I just saw my dragon. I felt my dragon. I felt my own dragon spirit. And I knew that the reason why I didn't feel home, why I felt so lonely actually, is because you are the same. You are dragons. We are dragons. And this is not a world of dragons. But we worship them in a very different way than we used to, than humans used to. We worship them as a family. They are our family. The dragon gods is not to bow down for. The dragon gods will immediately say, "Stand up, don't bow for us." But that is how you, and in your entire life you feel so alone. You feel so lonely, and for the first time you feel your family, because that is what your dragon is by your side. It can be your family, it can be a lover, it can be, but you have a connection with them, and that is for the very first time you might feel something like that. This because you feel also the dragon realms wherever the dragons are. So inside of the dragon gods, whenever they come to you, or your dragon guardian by your side, they will always have this connection with you. And that is why it doesn't feel lonely whenever they are with you. I do not do this because I feel so lonely. I feel it because I'm called out for it. Because the dragon called out for me. And that is what the dragon does for you, my brothers and sisters. The dragon calls out for you. And you will know it, what you are. And that is why you might feel very lonely inside of this path. In fact, the dragon's path in itself is a very difficult path, not because of the dragons, but of the humans. Humans make it very difficult for you. You are living here in this world, in this dimension, in this with a dragon spirit, and you might be very confused. Pure chaos, as the dragon goddess Tiamat is. And so as well as our children, you can be so much chaos, my brothers and sisters. Of course, that doesn't mean it is bad. It means that out of the chaos, we will have to create your own path. And that is what I try to tell you, my brothers and sisters. Try to create your path alongside with your dragon. Your path is not yet created. It's something that you need to make for yourself. A path that no one else knows about except for you and your dragon. A path that you are going through. You and your dragon are going to an adventure, and the adventure is life itself here on earth.